A bright hello to all of you, husbands, partners, exes, fathers, sons, nephews, and uncles gathered there at the men's conference. Please allow me to congratulate you, Prince, and all your guests for taking the initiative to meet together to talk about things that concern men that we normally don't talk about. We are born into society, and from the moment that we're born, society preconditions us and formats us into roles, men, women, and with all these roles come expectations, some of them which are very unrealistic. And we find out that as we journey through life, we tend to want to behave and act to fit into this format that society has prepared for us long before we were born. And we come along the journey to a point where we feel like we do not belong, we do not understand, or just being in those boxes forces us or compel us to become people that we don't want to be, or characters, or to act and think and do things the way we don't want to be. And sometimes just coming together to talk about that thing, those things, allowed us to touch base with ourselves, redefine who we want to be beyond the expectations of society. We redefine who we want to be, we declutter, we let go, and we just be. And from that being, we define who we want to become. So I congratulate you for that. Talking is a form of healing. It's actually one form of healing, and I am here to invite you to the next level of the talking, which is about creative writing. In 2014, stuff happened to my life. Shit happens actually, and I wrote a book and did a TED talk. And in that process, I discovered the powers of writing. Writing is not just a form of expression, it is a form of therapy. It helps you declutter, detox your life. It liberates you from a whole lot of things that you may be carrying in you without knowing. It allows you to touch base with yourself, and it makes you a content expert. It gives you control over your life. It helps you gain clarity. So I'm here to invite you, if you're interested in continuing the journey after the talking that you'll be doing at the men's conference, if you're interested in exploring further on how to express yourself, to tell your truth, to tap into who you are, to release more, and to find clarity in your life going forward, then coming into one of my workshops will be something that may really help you on that journey. I know writing may sound like very, very intimidating. It may sound like something crazy if you've never done it before. In my master classes, in my writers classes, I really take you by the hand and take away the fears, the insecurities, the self-doubts, and all the procrastination and excuses that you may have for not writing, so that you can actually sit down and do the writing. Because when you write, you release so much more in you. You touch base with yourself, and you use your story, your truth, your reality to help someone else to touch base with their own realities. And I think if more brothers are writing about their lives, their life stories, it will really help us women. It will really help their daughters and their nieces and their potential partners to understand where they're coming from. So writing is more than just writing. Again, I'm inviting you. And who am I to invite you? I am the serial author of 23 books, 14 ebooks, and the coach of over 12 women within the last 3 years. So to say, I have coached 12 women and 15 kids to write and have their own books published. All of them are award winners, and most of their books are now being read in schools. And having their books in schools means that they are now a source of inspiration. With their stories, they are inspiring the next generation, and you could be one of them. So writing is an incredible way of expressing yourself, and incredible because it is that format that allows you to really sit down and tell your story and liberate yourself on your device or your piece of paper and pen without anyone interrupting you. You know, when as you journey through life and you have some of these experiences, you really want to share them, but you fear that you'll be judged. You fear that you'll be interrupted, or you think that no one will be interested in your version of the story. Indeed, the world is interested in your version of the story, because without that, the stories of the world, the history of the world is not complete. So it is our responsibility when we have journeyed through life and make some of those experiences, especially those of them that really affect our lives. It is important that we share them, and one of the best ways to do that without being interrupted, in the space of in your space, is to write. When you find your writing voice and you start telling those stories and you start liberating yourself, you see the world from a different perspective. And above all, you will use your story to inspire someone. And again, that will make you a content expert and an absolute owner of your story. And there's nothing like owning your story and using it to help a whole lot of other people. So that's what I would love to help you to do, to go from the talking at the men's conference to getting into a space where you can really sit down and write your story. Write it and let it be heard from your perspective without being interrupted, without any fears. So if you're ready for that journey, I would be more than happy to take you by the hand and to help you do just that, because that is what I do best. So I'll probably see you in one of my master classes. Prince, this is my message to you and your guests. And again, congratulations, and I celebrate you for this bold step. And well done. And I'm glad you're doing this conference before you transition into 2022. So well done. And I look forward to having you in one of my classes. See how excited I am. So I'm going to stop here before I start blah, 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 blah. Have a wonderful conference and goodbye.